If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. If you haven't seen the video that I uploaded yesterday, recently, whenever I uploaded this, I don't know, but about the Teletubbies, about Sesame Street, and how they're incorporating these characters, talking about how they went and they got their jab, and now they can, oh, they're so excited to go back and play in the park. Oh, they're so excited that they can go play sports again. They can go on dates. They can see their family members again. And that's why it's so important for everybody to go and get the jab and do the right thing. And they're putting it in the children's programming over and over. Well, I have some others that I need to show you because I actually didn't see this when I made the original video. And this is something else you need to see because the pattern and the repetition is the key to waking up and the key to seeing this mind control. So we had Sesame Street. And then what's the other known puppet show? The Muppets. That's right. Our friends at the Muppets have come out. And they're letting you know that Gonzo and whoever these weird... Gonzo's got a heck of a nose on him, by the way. I wonder what Gonzo is. What nationality? Gonzo, you like bagels, Gonzo? I think Gonzo does like bagels. Gonzo's letting you know that he also went and got the special jabberoo.
Pepe and I have just been vaccinated.
4 arms, no waiting.
Getting vaccinated means we're one step closer to getting back to normal.
See, even if you weren't normal to begin with.
So get informed on vaccines now.
Go ahead, give it a shot. See what I did? See what I said?
Clever.
Yeah, so this is geared towards kids, because obviously this isn't here to influence parents. And while the child who watches Muppets is probably too young to make a decision, even though, what I'm going to get into in a minute, some of these states have implemented where 12-year-olds can go and they can do this on their own without their parents' consent at school and things like that. The target audience who's watching this is not going to be able to get in a car and go somewhere and do something. But yes, they might have an option in an institution years down the line or even soon, depending how old they are. And that's what this is there for, to take it out of the parent's hand, because the parent might be an somebody who's against getting the magic potion. So if the parent's against getting it, they want to make sure that the child wants to get it on his own, and they're plugging it into these programs. Thus, the kids are going to likely be persuaded into getting it at some point. And as we move on and the future continues on, obviously if the trumpets don't sound, this will, could be a normal thing. A booster, having this stuff will be like, oh yeah, it's as normal as, blowing your nose as getting your booster and things like that. So you have Gonzo there. And then of course, like I said, there are states that are allowing kids who are 12 and older to make this decision on their own, which is insanity. Insanity. And of course, as we continue to move on, 12-year-olds are going to be able to make other decisions as well, as how old people they date and things like that, because they're going to tell you that their brains are enhanced and it's a smarter generation because of technology. And the parents shouldn't have a choice, and love is love, and all that stuff, which has to do with our friends at NAMBLA. Which you can't cover here, and obviously that's a different topic, but this is the same type of thing here where they're empowering the youth. We've seen it with choosing the genders. They're empowering the youth through mind control. They're using their tools and their weapons to empower them, making them think that they're smart enough to make these decisions, that they're just under mind control. That's all that it is. And it was funny when I was looking this stuff up, the Muppets and Sesame Street and the Teletubbies, which, by the way, some people posted that after I put that video up, they went over to the Teletubbies Twitter and blasted them at the Teletubbies. I don't know if it's true or not because I don't have Twitter, but I just, to write or anything, I could look and see what's going on there. But someone said that you can't comment on it, on the Teletubbies on that post. They took the comments off because they're getting blasted. So you're welcome, Teletubbies. You're welcome. But one of the things I was looking at were some of the PSAs that are out there. There's this one in Australia that they're using. This is for adults, this PSA. And it's getting some feedback, of course, because people are saying, well, that's just, it's out of control. I mean, yeah, the acting's out of control. I mean, it's like a real low-budget horror film. But here's another PSA I found, too, just to show, the young people out there who might watch this that getting people inoculated, or, you don't know what that word means, getting people to take this magic potion has been a thing for a long period of time. And they've used these types of things before, and they just haven't worked because the time wasn't right. The older the generations were, just people were fighting against it. Now the time is perfect with the technology and with the division they've caused with politics and everything else, and with the love movement. They have everybody completely warped now. Whereas in the 70s and 80s, it was not this bad, but it was still there. And I found this PSA from Star Wars. Yes, Star Wars, which obviously is one of the most popularly used mind control programming, movies, shows that they have, is Star Wars. Obviously they push magic with all that, the Jedi, just ridiculous stuff. I mean, I've never, there's a lot of things that I'll watch parts of to do videos on for the show, even some of these horrible award shows. I will not sit through any of the Star Wars. I've watched maybe 5 or 10, 15 minutes of a Star Wars. It is the lamest, boring. That's my opinion. If you liked it before you were unprogrammed, or maybe if you still defend it, I mean, it is brutal. But they use that programming with Star Wars constantly. And here's a PSA from Star Wars from the 70s, telling people that they need to get their children jabbed.
Come along, R2. Don't be so silly. You can't possibly be getting whooping cough. Droids don't get diseases like whooping cough, or measles, or polio. But children do. If a young child gets whooping cough, it can lead to pneumonia, brain damage, even death. All you need is a little rewiring, but children need to be fully immunized. And alas, so many are not. All right, R2, I'll ask them. Parents of Earth, are your children fully immunized against childhood diseases? Call your doctor or local health department and find out. Immunize your children, please. And may the Force be with you.
Send for the Parent's Guide to Childhood Immunization. It's yours free. Write Immunization, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009.
I mean, it just shows you that they've never stopped, that this has been a goal for a long time, is to constantly be able to get inside of, people's bodies with this stuff. Now, I don't know if they had the ability then to manipulate, DNA or anything like that, but they still wanted to, to do that. And obviously, we know about the swine and all these other things that have come out over the years that they've pushed and said, well, we got to do everything we can to stop it. But what this is a massive mind control. It's a threat is really what it is. I mean, people are afraid of the boogeyman in the caves over in the Middle East. This is what you should be afraid of. The mind is your greatest weapon. It's your greatest tool. It could be your greatest ally, or it could be your greatest enemy. Your mind. I mean, think about your mind. It plays a factor in every single thing you do. And you might say, duh, but you never think about that. You can control every situation in your life with your mind, how you react to certain things, right? How you interact with people, how you communicate, how you interpret things. If you're thinking and seeing, but most people's minds are shut off, and they have them in this completely phased out stage where they're going through life, going through the motions, but they're not critically thinking. They're not on a level where anything's being processed. It's being processed subconsciously. So anyway, my point being, I don't want to get all technical here and confuse you, is that this is an attack on your mind through these things, through persuasion, through these characters that, it's a colorful, it's a lovely character, it's a character from the movies that I love, it's an actor from they're all working together. They're all the actors in particular are all parts of the same bloodlines. These people are all ancestrally breeding together. That's the truth. And don't give me the whole, well, aren't we all technically, because it all goes, I mean, literally these people are like, these actors that you think are just, one actor's marrying the other actress, and one's a boy, one's a girl. In reality, they're probably the opposite of what they claim. And in reality, they're probably brother and sister through the same parents and stuff like that. But anyway, they're all working together. And that's why they all have the same thing here. They're all pro the jab. They're all pro this, the political division. They're all pro LG, right? Everybody's of the same thing because they're pushing the love movement, the tolerance movement, and they're pushing this onto everyone as well. And what has happened over the last couple of years is that the elites have gotten so uncomfortable with people like me and you that they've decided, and somehow it's worked, to take the mindset off of the caves over there and to put it on us. and to make, the division from within be about people like me and you. Now, everybody is technically claiming to be like, anybody who disagrees with the system is a conspiracy theorist. Like, it was such a taboo type of thing. Now, like, everybody thinks they know, too. I mean, it's kind of frustrating, in a sense, because a lot of people who think they're awake still believe in politics, which means that's the easiest thing, should be the easiest thing to wake up from. And if you actually believe in politics, then you don't really have much of a clue. But they've targeted all of us as obviously the main enemy here, which makes it hard for us to wake up, people out there, because they're skeptical, especially the youth. But this is an attack on them. These shows, Muppets, Sesame Street, they're using these characters to persuade and manipulate. And so the actors are being used. Everyone's being used. The sports team's doing it, like I said, putting it on the field, and all the players coming out saying it, the league saying how it's, responsible to do it. This is what they are trying to do to the youth, and we're trying to do the opposite. Unprogram them. Show them that there is, that there is something bigger going on here. Really, really big. And the funniest part of all of it, which isn't funny, but, they leave religion out of everything. Everything you see is talking about God and the devil. Every song, every show, it's always a reference to it, because this is a spiritual war that's going on. And you're seeing prophecy be fulfilled. And this, of course, is leading to exactly what's happening now in the mark, are connected. Whether you believe that this is it or not, that's up to you. But they're connected. You got to be vigilant, you got to be aware, and you can't fall into this, looking at this propaganda and this crap and believing it, because it's a joke. They've been trying to do this for a while. That's what the Star Wars video shows you. This is an all-on mind control, warfare, tactical assault on the youth. That's what it is. I want to remind everyone to check out the website at callforanuprising.com. If you haven't, please join. Post what you know, what you see going on. It's a place to share stuff. You cannot share stuff here on YouTube, so please don't waste your time posting links. They go into spam. If you get one up anyway, no one's clicking on it, because the majority of people are going to think it's some type of, click it, you get tracked or something like that. No one's clicking, even if you can get it on there. But for the most part, 99% go into spam. So on the website, you could post and share that stuff. You could share your channel. You can interact with others. You could fellowship. There's so many topics, so many things. It's a safe place to do it. There's no censorship. And, we're in a time period where we need to get information to each other. So it's a great place to be. I want to thank the Patrons, because you, it keeps me here on YouTube. So pat yourself on the back, because you're helping a lot of other people out there who can't, find channels like mine, can't go to the website. Maybe they're too young. Maybe they don't want to. But if you like to watch me here on YouTube, you can thank the Patrons for that. So I thank all of you again for your support. God bless you and your families.